Hey guys, my name is Denis and I'm a real estate broker. This is my new vlog. I'm located in Miami, but let me show you how it all began. So one day, me and my friends sitting at one of the cafes, restaurants you can call it, and a friend of ours, I think it was Dmitry, he mentioned about the program that he is going to the United States for summer. It's like he called J1 work and travel program, where you can go work in the summertime and make some money. So we thought about it a little bit and decided to join him as well. I would say like 3-4 months later after that, I came to New York. It was beginning of the summer, June. I think it was June 6th or June 7th, something like that. It was something new for me because I was back then 20 years old. It's my first country that I visit outside of Russia, and it was everything was new for me. 20 years old with no experience, life experience, any experience at all. Anyway, so New York, I think we were there for like 2 months, and all my friends decided to go back to, some of them back to Russia, some of them back to different cities. And I called a friend of mine. He was at North Carolina back then. I asked him how it's there, if it's good, if there's a work to do. He said, yeah, it's a perfect place for summertime work, girls, and good weather. I said, sure, why not? And I decided to go there. I went to, where did I go? Actually, I purchased ticket. I purchased ticket through Greyhound. I would say like 8 hours or something drive, and then I'm in Outer Banks. It's a small city on the ocean. It's a perfect place for summertime, but I stayed there for a year. I used to work at the pizza, Traders, no, not Trader, Papa John's, Taco Bell, what else? Burger King and Kmart. Like a lot of different places. I didn't have any knowledge of the life, I would say, knowledge of the language. I didn't speak language that well as I do right now. So I used to work everywhere, like everywhere where they would take me. So 1 year passed by. Actually, when winter came, it was so kind of cold, and it was nothing to do because it's mostly summer city. In the summertime, as I said, is a perfect time. A lot of people, a lot of tourists, perfect weather, work to do. But in the winter time, there's nothing to do, and it's a small town, no people, so quiet. And I realized it's not what I was kind of looking for. It's not the place where I would love to live. Especially I was 21. Actually, I turned 21 already, and I realized it's not what I want to. So after a year, someone was actually talking about Miami, that in Miami it's a perfect weather in the winter time. It's a lot of people, it's a big city, and also there's work. You can find a work in the winter time, because at the place in the North Carolina there was no work in the winter time. So when the summer came, I stayed for another summer, and after summer, I think it was like October or December, something like that. I think it was October. I purchased my car, first car. 2 weeks I was driving and I took credit. I think it was like $13,000 or $14,000 car. I put down like a couple of thousand, and I drove after 2 weeks of experience behind the wheel. I drove, I think it's like 13 or 14 hours from North Carolina straight to Miami, and I moved to Miami, and then everything is changed again, I would say. That's the place. Every time I'm passing by, I'm so grateful that I used to work here for 2 years. It was a good experience, you know, and I'm really happy that I'm not working there anymore. First place that I came, it was of course Sunny Isles. Sunny Isles, if you guys don't know, it's a Russian neighborhood. It's called Little Moscow on Wikipedia if you Google it. So the first place for every Russian, I would say, must be Sunny Isles. So I came there and I stayed there for like a few days because I was staying at my friend's place, and then I actually found a work somewhere like 1 hour drive from Miami at Jupiter for 1 month, like a part-time job, not part-time, full-time, but kind of not a full-time for a long period. So at the Jupiter, I used to work there in the restaurant, at the hotel for a month. Then I came back to Sunny Isles. In the Sunny Isles, I used to live in Winston Towers, one of the famous buildings there. And I used to live, actually, I'll tell you also, I used to live in the Sunny Isles, Hallandale, Bay Harbor Islands, Miami Beach. Aventura, exactly. And Aventura, when I used to live at Aventura, I work at Aventura Mall, at the store, retail store, Abercrombie & Fitch. So it was different, different experiences, work experiences for me as a bartender, as a server, as different positions. My first, I would say, like 4 or 5 years in Miami, I changed locations often. I mean, job locations and actual living locations. It was a good experience. It was a good experience for life, for sure. I found what I was looking for. At this job, my friend, one of my colleagues, told me about the realtor's job, about a real estate license, how to get it, and all of that. So I've heard it's not that complicated. You don't need special education. You don't need to pass like 200 hours or like 500 hours. It's only 63 hours. You do your exam, at school exam and state exam, and then you can start work for yourself, and it's all up to you. As more you work, I guess, as more knowledge you can get, as faster you can, I would say, make as much money as you want to. So I started education, and then after, I don't remember how long it was, but I started working for myself as a realtor. It was November, I think 8 or 9 of 2012, I got my license, and since day one I started working, and it was the passion. I loved it, and I've been working for 9 years already. For 2 years I worked as a realtor, and then I opened up my I got my broker's license. I passed my exam, because here in Florida you have to have 2 years of experience under other broker, and then go take classes, pass exam at the school, pass exam at the state, and then you become your broker on your own. That's what I did, and I opened up office in the Sunny Isles. So I was 29 back then when I opened the brokerage, and I didn't have any experience at the business experience or as a broker. It was something new, challenging for me, and I loved it. I learned a lot, and I'm really happy that I did it back then, because I didn't really, I would say, think that much. I was more doer. I had that idea, it came up to my mind, and I just did it. At one point I had about 65 agents in my team, and we were very well known in Sunny Isles. I was there for like 2-3 years, and then I expanded. Now I have agents that cover Fort Lauderdale, Miami Beach, Miami, Coral Gables, pretty much all of the South Florida. And as of now I have less agents, but we do much more sales. Only in 2021, my team, we did about 100 million in sales, and it's not a limit. I'm growing, my team is growing, I'm really happy about it, I'm really grateful about what I'm doing. By the way, one of the articles I've seen when I started as a realtor, I saw one of the top teams here in Miami, they did, I think it was 120 back then in the sales, and I was like so impressed, because for me, 10 years ago, when I was like 26, 27, when I started, for me it was a lot of money. I was like, okay, 120 millions, it's about like 3% commission, 3.6 million. Of course, I didn't do numbers for expenses, because I didn't know how much expenses was for them back then. Now I kind of more knowledgeable about it. But anyway, I was impressed, and I was like, wow, 120 millions, that's what I was looking for. So 10 years after, I'm almost there, and this is the year 2022, and I'm sure I'm gonna make it over 120 million this year. This was my story and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let's stay in touch, subscribe to my channel. And guys, if you have any questions about real estate in Miami, if you'd like to sell or buy, you know who to call. See you in Miami.